talk a bit about that as well. But our mint pass, we're able to mint for a 24-hour period. It was super smooth. Like feedback was like, "Hey, chill. We don't have to rush. It's none of this, running around stuff." And it was crazy. We had 98% redemption on our whitelist. Sold out 55.
I'm gonna have to stop because I pulled a rookie ass mistake. I was playing some music earlier and I had the sound bar on my headphones. So I'm gonna be completely real. Ain't no one heard nothing from you or me.
It's okay.
So we're just gonna get it live and direct once more again. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what's going on? Episode 57 up in the mix. We got Soul Dogs NFT. We literally just said it, but y'all were all on mute. It's episode 22. They were on beforehand before Mint. And first off, sorry about the hiccup on that, but hell, that's live. You know what I mean, live and direct. Basically, what you were kind of explaining right when I turned on the volume. I was asking when Mint was, because again, it was 2 months beforehand, as of maybe not exactly 2 months today, but 2 months beforehand, y'all were on here, and Mint was the 2 days ago. So
you got it. Yeah. Mint was we had our Mint. So thanks first and foremost for having us back. I mean, it's great to be back. We had an awesome time on our first episode with you guys. So pretty excited to come back and hang out again. And yeah, man, there's been a lot that's changed since we started. I was back in I guess maybe November or something along those lines, right? We were just starting off, and since then we've actually gone and built our community, to 30K plus on Discord, 20K plus on Twitter. We had our mint this past week on Thursday and Friday. Crazy few days, but we did a pre-sale for 24 hours, and we sold out over 5,000 of our collection in our pre-sale, and then our public sale opened for the remainder, and we sold out in less than 5 minutes. So pretty. I mean, we couldn't have asked for a better experience. I think our community was really happy with the mint. We checked the logs; it was really just wasn't botted. We ended up with north of 3,000 plus holders. For our collection, unique holders, unique wallets,
nice.
and yeah, it's been a crazy ride so far.
Hell yeah! For the people that are coming in and either I guess new to NFTs in general, because we're getting a lot of new activity in general. Quick little background on what Soul Dogs is, when it first got started. When did that come to fruition?
Yeah, man. I think so just a bit on myself. I'm Sly. If you guys or some of you folks are in the community already, you probably know me, recognize me. So I lead community and marketing for the project for Soul Dogs City and Soul Dogs. And really the concept around Soul Dogs is that we want to create sort of a proof of concept, the first digital city on Solana, and bake in some really interesting concepts around ownership of NFTs. So we launched our first Soul Dogs collection, and we just talked about that. We'll go through that today, right? We're also going to be launching Genesis Land in the form of dog houses, 3D dog houses, and interactive. We're calling it interactive DeFi experience, right? So we're not really building a game, but we're building an experience that's super fun to play around with, and also provides you value and yield for staking. So trying to take it to the next level when it comes to DeFi. And then sort of lean into the foundations of the metaverse and see what we can build there as well. So that's a sort of TLDR on the project. Where we're at right now is, we just closed out our first collection, our first mint. We're heading into phase 2 of our project, where we are looking to build. We're working on building out the interactive 3D world, 3D city, which we made some really great progress on. We're looking to launch our token staking for our staking for our native token Bones, and then launching our marketplace and our DAO as well. So this is really where the work starts. But TLDR on the project, I mean, we're super high quality 3D art, awesome community, and just a great roadmap and a lot of utility and value to come. So definitely still on the ground floor of this project.
Nice. How many I guess people are I guess working on like work for Soul Dogs? Is it a big group? Is it a small group?
Yeah, it's a good question. So actually, I actually just created a channel in our Discord because I was like, man, I don't think everybody's met everybody. We're running around all the time, so we actually have, and this channel is popping. It's like we had introductions. So I think we're north of 14 people on the squad right now. We're pretty fully stacked. I mean, we focused as a team to build out capabilities in the right areas. And first and foremost was around community building. So we have a mod squad, which we call the Soul Patrol. And the Soul Patrol, our mods, our CMs, they do a great job I know a lot of folks in the community. I have interacted with them, and so that's about seven people with some volunteers. Then we have a bunch of fully stacked dev sides. We have Rust engineer, 2 game devs, 2 front end, and then the core team. So actually, I think it's more than 14 at this point. And so, I mean, that's the thing. Like, in our background as sort of founders of the project, myself and our core team, we come from Web3 and startups, right? So we've been in this space for a while, and we've been in tech and startups for a long time. And there's one thing you always got to know is you have to be one step ahead of the market and one step ahead of your consumers, right? Able to build and move quickly. So before we even announced the Soul Dogs collection, we were already working on dog houses. We're already designing the city, right? And so it's not going to be like a 1 day, 2 day type thing where you drop something after, but where we have sort of ongoing work streams that are together, that are happening together. And the team is just great. They're stacked up, ready to go, and juiced up after this mint. So it's pretty fantastic.
Hell yeah. With the regular the minting, just to double make sure, it was the whitelist, because it was a total of 9,999.
Yeah, exactly.
It was basically half what was like the whitelist to the 24 hours, and the other half was after that. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. So we actually put our whitelist on chain in the form of a mint pass, right? And I think some folks have seen this before in the space. It's done on the ETH side, not really done on the Solana side. I think we're one of the first projects to do it and really promote it and bring it to life. And we chose that path because we really believe in decentralization and the fact that we can leverage the technology that we are building on to actually help create a better experience for folks who are whitelisted. We thought it was a great idea. And so our mint pass we launched, we gave out for free to community members, first 500, got free mint passes, which is free whitelist. And then over the coming weeks before the mint, we were giving them out as well to folks who are supporting the community. And the mint pass, we actually launched it on Magic Eden. So, if you got a mint pass, you could hold it or you could sell it to somebody who wants it, right? And the mint pass was hovering around like 0.1 SOL for like a number of weeks, right? Pre-mint, and then right around like 2-3 weeks before mint, we started to see people realizing the value of it, and the mint pass price went up to like 3 SOL, 4 SOL, 5 SOL, a little bit over 5 SOL all-time high, and now it's hovering around 3 right now, still being sold, and that mint pass is actually a perpetual whitelist. It's a whitelist for all of our mints. It's your ticket to a Bones token airdrop. It's your ticket to other airdrops. There's still utility in that, and so for our pre-sale, you had to have that mint pass. And when we opened the pre-sale, we opened it for 24 hours. We airdropped mint tokens to all our mint pass holders so they could go into our mint page. And without rush, without need to jump the gun, they were able to mint at their leisure. And that was a pretty good model. We ended up, having 98% of who got whitelist able to redeem. So that was pretty crazy.
That was going to be the question, because I'm on the Magic Eden screen now where just load a high. It's on the 2.85, so I didn't know if there was still, like you just said, utility for it, or if I was going to be like, hey,
exactly.
people don't mint it, there's nothing to do on this exact one. But no, that's what's up. I like how, is it always going to be like that for the future? And then I guess one more question on that. Does it matter if, I guess, that or the other NFT goes to like a different wallet? Because I know sometimes I'm not the techiest person, but that could communicate weird. Like, how does that work?
No, it's a good question, because it is, what we've seen is a lot of people are new to this space, right? And these are good questions. Like, everyone tries to act like they're big brain and all this stuff, but none of this stuff is straightforward. There isn't like,
tell you I'm not. I'm like,
you know what I mean? And that's good. Like, you have to be humble. You have to be willing to learn, or you're just going to stay dumb. And like, and that's just how it works. And so, we definitely love getting questions. And a lot of stuff we're doing is kind of new or different. So, folks are always curious. With the mint pass, it actually is, perpetual whitelist. So you can see the floor is pretty stable right now. We're seeing, good sales. We have over 2K sold in sales on the mint pass alone, which is just pretty crazy. So obviously there's really strong demand for it. And then the way it works is actually you just keep it in your wallet, and we have either a couple of ways to interact with it. We'll either build it directly into our smart contracts that will recognize that token, that mint pass, and be able to interact with it in certain ways. Or for airdrops, we'll actually just drop it straight to the wallet that has the mint pass in it, right? So that's how it should work for coming value.
Nice. And you were kind of saying that a little bit before, I guess, with the metaverse. It's not exactly a game; it's more of an experience.
Yeah.
Can you, I guess, let us know, I guess, what type of things can be done, what type of experiences you're kind of mentioning
Yeah, for
with that?
sure, for sure. This is what people are pretty stoked on, and some of the folks we have some back rooms in our Discord, our Soul Dog City Discord for folks who are holders and folks who hold mint passes, and we've been sharing some alpha there. But this week we're going to be going out and dropping our demo and dropping the demo video and the actual explorable demo, our alpha. So you'll be able to actually see what we've built so far, right? We want to be transparent with our community, and so then they'll understand the timelines and where we're at. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people ask us if we're building a game, and we're not. I mean, like, I guess yet building a game. Definitely building a gamified experience. And so Soul Dog City is really a Web3 browser-based interactive DeFi experience. And so what that means is there's really just this experience that allows you to freely explore this open-ended world, this city. You can interact with others and earn yield, right? Earn tokens in engaging and gamified ways. So I think there are a few other projects out there, like the neighborhoods who we really like, who are building very very nice sort of interactive experiences. Shout out to Portal, shout out to Enviro, shout out to Sweets, who are minting, I guess, today or yesterday. Love to see the continued development of interactive experiences, metaverse experiences on Solana. And so we're actually building one, and in ours, Soul Dogs are your digital avatars. The dog houses, which is our next mint, 3D dog houses, are digital land, and then Bones token is the currency that fuels the whole economy of Soul Dog City. And so adding sort of simple GameFi mechanics makes this like a super groovy, engaging, and fun DeFi experience. And really, if I can go on, there's two primary elements that make this fun besides the expiration. The first one is staking, right? So it's not just like, hey, here's a button, here's a pool, drop your dog, get some tokens. It's like, no, we've gamified the staking, and just like in real world where you have a job, in Soul Dog City, your dogs will have jobs as well. And so we're introducing what we're calling the job board, where you can stake your soul dogs to earn bones, and different jobs earn higher multiples and emissions of bones each day. So the more difficult the job, the higher the earnings. So you can always have like an entry level job, which will give you base level bones, right? You can stake your dog there, put him to work, and you can quit, right? Unstake your dog at any point, doesn't matter, right? And you'll get base level emissions. But then there will be higher paying jobs, right? Like rock stars, like astronauts, right? Like cannabis growers, right? These jobs are more difficult, but you'll get more bones. They just require more time. So you have to stake and lock in for like 1 week, 2 weeks in order to earn those tokens. So as you go, we'll have different jobs in Dog City that you can choose to send your dog to work in, and depending on the job you choose, the more tokens you'll earn, but the longer you have to do it, right? So that's the first, at least, primary focus of our staking is to gamify it in a way that makes sense for us and we think is super.
No, 100% with that. With the jobs, I guess how are those jobs going to be, I guess, chosen? And when you mean difficulty, I guess, what type of difficult do you mean? Is it just
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So we actually opened a lore competition in our community and had over 45 job submissions, right? People coming up with jobs and cool things. So we're actually looking at the community to help us design what those jobs will be. Excuse me. And when I say difficulty, it's more so just in the fact of like the type of job. It's not like a built-in logic into the contract. It's just saying, hey, like, being an astronaut's probably a tough job. So that's going to be, what we call a 3x multiplier, which means you'll get 3x bones for doing it because it's tough, but it means you have to do it for at least 2 weeks, right? You got to stake it for at least 2 weeks to get those, because that's tough, but you get more. So that's sort of the model we're looking at. We've outlined this. We have actually, I don't know if you have a screen I can send you, but if you go to our website and you tap on Byte Paper, I don't know if you're able to show this on screen or not.
Yeah, it's on the
it's on our website, souldogs.city. So if you go to souldogs.
Okay, right. I'm on the docs.souldogs.city.
You got it, yeah.
Is that what I need to be on? You getting all my information on my hacked? Shit. No. Where do you want me to go on here?
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you go to the header, there's a section called Byte Paper. So our Byte Paper is our white paper, kind of a play on words. And if you tap on that, you open up. This is actually our white paper, right? And there's a lot of detail in here on how everything is gonna work, how things work today. If you see a section on there, it's called Interactive DeFi. It's about halfway down.
Yep.
I just want to show what this experience looks like. Yeah, if you click on Earn, there's a section called Earn. I don't know if you see it or not, but I'm doing some IT support right in the middle
No,
of
yeah,
podcast.
we good. We got you. Earn Soul Dogs.
Yeah, so
City
yeah,
board.
exactly. So you earn like this is a bit of the detail on it, and it actually shows a picture of the job board, which is what folks will be seeing. And this experience is really what we've built from a front end. We're working on the contracts now. We push them to DevNet, so I mean we can come out with this pretty quick. Timeline wise, we're looking at 4 to 6 weeks is what we're telling our community. That's what we want to give ourselves to be able to get this full experience out, right? But in terms of progress, we've made really good progress so far. So hoping that timeline sticks. If not, we can go faster. But that's the first element is this jobs piece where you can earn. And that's a big piece of the whole value proposition, I think, of buying a Soul Dog and holding it, right? So you have this super dope 3D art. I mean, we gotta go through the 3D art. I gotta show you that as well.
100%.
Super dope 3D art and staking utility coming in multiple forms. Plus a lot more if you check the white paper, a lot more that it's not like outlandish type shit, like not outlandish stuff we're going to deliver. It's going to just be the pieces that we need to build a really strong foundation of a metaverse, of DeFi protocol, right? And a community. So, I mean, that's what we're really working towards. But yeah, the staking is definitely going to be the big piece of this and of the experience. That's why we're calling it sort of interactive DeFi, where it's not fully like a game where you have to, do tasks and sort of run around and sort of do quests and tasks. It's more chill. It's more chill. It's going to be a very chill city to hang out in and a place to check out and play around with. And if you're into DeFi, if you're into earning yield, if you're into NFTs, this is definitely a project that you want to keep an eye on.
Question on the gaming sense, just because you said it was on, I guess, like kind of the web browser on that one. Are y'all gonna have like a voice over IP where you can talk in the metaverse, anything like that, or is it just a?
Yeah, it's a good question, man. So we're setting the foundations. So if you see from the demos, and I would suggest you guys to follow us at Soul Dogs NFT on Twitter. Hop in our Discord. We're going to be doing a lot of announcements. But we'll be releasing the demo and a sort of like a walkthrough of what we're building. Basically, we're starting at the point of building foundations. So we'll have this explorable city. It will be like a God mode view, like bird's eye view, where you can scroll around, tap into buildings, see who owns them, right? See some details on the traits, etc. And then you'll have the job board and other elements to interact with on the DeFi side. And so we're building the foundations. We're totally open for our community to help us figure out what to build next, right? But we're also really, really keen to explore this idea of the metaverses, right? Where it's like if somebody like a Portals or Enviro does a really great 3D interactive space experience, like a house, like not a house, apartment, right? Like a place for people to meet, right? I don't necessarily think we need to build another one, right? We can probably integrate with them, bring their community into Soul Dog City, and allow you to integrate your doghouse with your portal, right? Or your Enviro. So that when you tap into it, it automatically pulls up, confirms that, hey, this is yours. Or if somebody else taps in, they can go and explore your gallery in something else, right? In another metaverse, right? So I think that's really where there's kind of a fallacy where it's like this metaverse, one metaverse to rule them all. Like, Meta and Facebook thinking like that's what's going to be. It's not, right? It's the same thing. There's not one website on the internet that we all go to, right? It's an amalgam of a lot of different pieces, and you have choice to go where you please. And so for us, we think there are a lot of great projects out there that are building awesome elements that we could integrate into ours, into Soul Dog City, and we're going to look to do that first. And perhaps in concert, build out other functionality within Soul Dog City, like chatting and speaking, chat, voice chat, etc.
Nice. And then I guess kind of techie question, if you don't know, again, all good on that one. Just because I'm thinking of, I'm sure someone in general might think about it. Kind of like you were saying, if Enviro or someone has basically their I guess metaverse set up that way, as long as I guess both parties again agree on it, is the coding, the writing the scripts, all stuff like that, I guess doable on having y'all stuff in there.
There's a few ways to probably do it. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, we haven't looked at this for tech integration yet, but I mean, it could be as simple. I mean, really, it's all just based on permissions, right? So it could be as simple as sort of like deep linking into their experience directly to your portal. I don't know if they have that ability yet, where you have like a single portal, but we're going to work with them to, the teams who we pick to, or pick us and we pick to work with, to do that proof of concept and figure out how best to integrate. Because the ideal scenario would be like you tap in and it's like visiting, this person's portal, right? And it's like, yes, and it's like confirm, you know what I mean? And like you confirm you're going to, sign into portals. And then you sign in and pop, you're into theirs, right? And it's from our world, and you can explore. And then if you go back, right, you come back to Soul Dog City, right? Something like that, right? So we know the user experience that we want, and that's really a big piece of the whole puzzle. Like we're starting from like user experience first. We want it to work like this. And a lot of Web3 and a lot of blockchain tech, right? It doesn't always work in the way you think in your mind, right? Especially like not as a technical person. Like I know enough around my way around code, but I know that Rust is a very pointed coding language. So it's not necessarily the easiest to be flexible with at times. So generally speaking, I mean, we know what we want the experience to look like, feel like, but we're going to work through the tech. And so far, we've taken on challenges like that head on, and it's all.
Nice. I guess question. I got a question. I was reading some of the chat. And y'all going to ham as of now. If you got any questions, you can ask away, and I'll try to get to it as well.
Welcome. I posted on our Discord and Twitter. Hopefully,
they're showing some love, man. They're showing some love right now.
Let's go. Rough. We gonna make it.
rough in the mix. And I gotta hit a caca. Sorry. Hashtag ThugBirdz.
Caca, baby.
No, with I guess the job sense, and I had a question on the staking part. With the dogs and the traits and the rarities. One, does that, I guess, help or determine the type of job someone can pick, or is it first come, first serve? Question. How does the job part work?
We're getting a lot of those questions from our community, and we're gonna have a town hall this week to talk to within the community to get feedback as we start to go through rolling out this plan, right? But generally speaking, rarity is not taken into account when it comes to the job, and I think that goes back to the ethos of this project, which is really supporting, rebels, dreamers, troublemakers, right? This idea that anybody can be anybody. And for us, it's the same thing. Any soul dog, the least rare, could stake and do the most difficult job, right? It could be an astronaut. So you might have a really rare, a really common soul dog, but you could still be an astronaut, be a rock star. You know what I mean? And so the way we're thinking about it is doing it first come, first serve. So those really high multiplier, difficult jobs, high earning jobs, there might only be 20 of them available at once, right? So it's first come, first serve. Like the same thing with real life. Everybody can't be an astronaut at the same time.
Everyone is
I mean, we're all just up and out, right? But anybody can work and become that if that's what. So with us, we're going to be introducing jobs in that way, first come, first serve, and then we'll also be rotating jobs, adding jobs, right? So there will be an ability there will be us introducing new jobs over time and removing jobs as well. Right. So that's how we're thinking about it. Rarity has come up as well, but I think if we do it by rarity, it's probably going to be and it's actually pretty hard to do. But do it by rarity, we're kind of gatekeeping a bit of that experience, and we really want the experience to be open to all who own a soul dog.
Nice. With I guess kind of with the staking part, honestly, the same type of question, or I guess you're gonna have that in the town hall, or does rarity traits to depend on the bones and the staking on that way?
No, not necessarily. It's going to be the same thing for bones tokens. So we're going to be doing a bones token airdrop to all our holders. We have an allocation set aside for that. The bones token details are also available in the byte paper, just our high level tokenomics. But we've set aside 30% of our token supply for emissions through staking. That's actually over 5 years, but it's a good portion of our token supply. And we've set aside somewhere in the range of between 2 and 5% for community awards. So depending on how we land in the final tokenomics, regardless, holders of soul dogs as well as mint passes will get an allocation of bones tokens. And that won't be based on rarity or anything like that. We are considering a few cool elements to reward folks who hold lots of dogs. We're calling it the dog pound. So we're going to be introducing that in the next week or so. But if you do hold a certain amount of dogs, we're gonna give you a reward for having being part of the dog pound. But we'll introduce that as well.
Okay, so any idea on that? Because I'm sure some people are gonna be asking on that one. Or y'all still?
I leak so much alpha, bro. I leak so much alpha all the time, and my team's like, dude, like you say, like we talk about it in like a meeting, and then you're like, bro, we're doing it, and I'm like, bro, I'm just here to leak alpha. Like, what do you want me to do? That's the fucking game. But no, I can't put on that one yet. That'll come out. That'll come out soon.
No, definitely. With the, I guess just with the art on that one, it's just 3D. You know what I mean? And again,
Oh man,
the high quality on that
you've seen
one.
this collection, right?
Yeah, I
Freaking
remember the
crazy.
first time episode 22 I was looking at. I was just, I mean, it's detailed. You know what I mean? That who's the artist on that? I know you probably said it on episode 22, but who is that? And do you know their reactions on just
Oh yeah,
having
man.
their stuff
So,
minted?
so if you could do me a favor and head back to Twitter, if you head back to Twitter and go and type in the hashtag Solana Dog Show, that's really what we can check out. You know, we've had the Solana Dog Show on since launch. We're gonna continue this. If you're curious about the art, go to the hashtags Solana Dog Show. We were trending on Solana NFTs for the past 2 days. But really, you know, when you post your dog, when you buy a dog, we encourage folks to post in the Solana Dog Show. And we've been hosting really cool live sessions going through the pics. But if you start looking through some of the dogs on this feed, man, it's like everything looks super clean. Like, and the designers are doxed. It's Philo and Bruno. Philo's out in Paris. Bruno's in Brazil. He's in Sao Paulo. Cool, super cool dudes. Very, very high level talent. They've worked on the Minions work with Illumination Studios. They've worked on big projects for Google. You know, they're top tier. And the piece that makes them top tier is not just the quality of not just the skills that they have, right? But the quality of what they put out. You know, we spent a lot of time and a lot of hours into making sure every detail was thought through. And I think we rendered out close to 30,000 dogs for the final collection, and actually like just looked through the collection for like 2-3 days, like just ensuring that, you know, the rarity made sense, the breadth and spread of traits make sense. And the result of it, I think, you know, common dogs, people are like, oh my God, this dog, I gotta get it. And they look at it, it's like, it must be super rare. And it's like, dude, this is like pretty common. Like, and they're like, wow. And then super rare dogs are like, whoa, this is crazy. And some people miss it because like the way we did rarity is different. We actually built the rarity into the metadata, right? So we have like 5 rarity ranks. There's common dogs, 45% of our collection. There's cool dogs, 30% of our collection. Groovy is 15%, fly 7%, dynamite 3%, right? And if you actually own a soul dog, or you go to McMagic Eden, you're searching, you can tap in the dog, and you'll see it says rarity. So you can see without needing to go to a tool or anything else, it will tell you how rare a dog is within the collection, right? And so with that, people are like immediately can see, oh, this dog is super rare, this dog's common, and they can figure out the traits that are really making them more popular. So one example is we have these chains, Ethereum chain, Bitcoin chain, super rare item. I think there's like 7 or 10 in the collection each. And a dog might look super common, nothing else but that chain, and they'll make it super dynamic, right? And it's like those are traits that, you know, people are going to be looking after or looking for. So overall, a lot of thought went into the collection. The designers did a fantastic job. The collection came out super well. Again, if you haven't checked the hashtag, go to hashtag Solana Dog Show on Twitter. Check out the Solana Dog Show, rate it, like some tweets, and then of course, man, come on into the community, pick up a dog for yourself.
Question, maybe not a hard question or anything like that, for a new person that's coming in, listening, and understanding some of it, half of it. What's your pitch to get a soul god on a very common?
Well, I mean, it's pretty. Yeah, I was gonna say it's pretty. We've launched 2 days ago. I mean, the floor has been hovering around 1 soul. I think we're closer to like 0.85 now. People are definitely paper handing pretty hard. There's some fantastic snipes out there. Smart money is accumulating. It's pretty. You know, this is what happens with projects, right? You know, you come to a head where it's a mint and everyone expects, oh my God, it's gonna 10x and da 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 da, and then those flippers, you know, buy for 0.95 and sell for 0.9 in like in like 20 minutes, and you're like, dude, what are you baby, what is you doing? Like you know. So with that, I mean, and that's totally fine, man. Everybody has their own prerogative. But for us, and for new folks who are listening to this show and want to get into the project, it's really just a great time. I mean, the floor is stable. I mean, volume-wise, we're a large collection. That was always part of our plan. We wanted to have a large collection to allow for more holders, build a bigger community. So we're actually there. We're north of 3,000 holders. So, you know, buying a soul dog immediately brings you into a large community. And then from there, they're just great pieces of art with high utility for a very reasonable right now. So, smart money is accumulating. That's why we're going to be launching this dog pound. I mean, we've noticed a lot of folks who are, 10, 15, 20 dogs deep, who are like, the utility that's coming means I can stick all of these dogs and make yield, right? I can make much more than 0.85 or 0.9. You know what I mean? That I'm paying for them now. And then, as soon as staking, we start to mix them up, get some momentum, we imagine the floor to rise quite a bit. So this is definitely a really great time to get into the project. If you're not familiar with this space, our community is very welcoming. So you can always come in and at somebody in the community or reach out to our Soul Patrol. We have some channels around wallet set up to help you get set up on Solana if it's new to you. And we also do a lot of AMAs, a lot of chats like this, and very open to the community. So definitely want to help everybody along the way. And again, this is sort of like day one after, all the days before, where we've come to a head with a really successful mint, and now it's building and looking to bring in a lot of folks who want to build stick with us.
Nice. A couple more questions, because we're at the 33-minute marker, and again, I said 30 to 45 minutes. You kind of said it before. Y'all kept the number 9,999. I know y'all been around the space for a long time. When there was we use FUD on the round of numbers, the amount of numbers, things like that. I guess did y'all ever think about changing the numbers, things like that, in the time of the up and downs and in the NFT world that way, or was it always we're going to keep it this way? Did that discussion ever come up?
I mean, from the get-go, we really were like. We're focused on a large collection, right? I think that's what the Solana space perhaps is missing to some degree, and we've seen that continue. When we were, I've come in mostly from the NFTs, this ETH NFT space, where routinely you see collections north of 5,000 and into that 10,000 range, and even on Solana, where you see some of the most high volume as well as the strongest communities, they're coming from projects with large collections, right? And so I think it's because of the volume dipped quite a bit in the November, December range. We saw a lot of projects coming out with 888 or 2222, right? Max, first thing we got was, collection's too big, 5,000, make it 5,000, and even 5,000 is too big. I'm like, guys, the problem is, for somebody new coming into the space, if there's only these projects that have small supply and you're sort of gatekeeping and spreading out a lot of the intention for new folks to come in the community and creating this my NFT's best type culture, like mine's better than yours, and you need to buy mine, this, that. It's like everyone's going to come in, and we want to make it so people have choices to join larger communities. And you can see from the even if you look at Soul Analysis, some of the best projects out there are really large communities. You have Degen Apes, you have Pesky Penguin, the Geckos. Even though there's drama right now, Geckos out there as well. And the large communities do really well, and so that's what we took it on us. Oh yeah, of course, shadowy supercoder like Genesis Go, like they didn't put out 1,000, you know what I mean? They put out 10,000 because they want to build a community. So same thing with us. We're following in that, and that's what we're gonna do. And we're at the ground floor right now, and a lot more.
Nice. Question, I guess, kind of a techie-ish one, but for people that I guess are still kind of newish to the scene, because if someone has 12 soul dogs or 15 soul dogs or anything like that, they know something, or they just know how to click the button really quick. You know what I mean? On basic terms, I guess when someone is, I guess, I just had the word on the staking the two dogs that way. What do you mean by staking? Is it just putting it in a pool?
Perfect question. Yeah. So staking, in our terms, is basically a way for folks who are holders to earn rewards for holding their dog, right? And so the way you sort of indicate that you're doing that, and we do it through smart contracts, is by staking or sort of giving the dogs to be held by the project, right, in smart contracts, which basically locks away those dogs from what we call circulating supply, right? The supply of the project, meaning there's less dogs out there to buy and more scarcity. But for you as someone who's staking, right, or sort of holding your dogs, right, we reward you for doing so. So by holding your dogs, indicating you'll do so and putting it in the smart contract, you actually earn Bones tokens and earn token yield. So that's what it is. And even that, it's like layman's terms, but that's not even like layman's terms. It's like hard to describe these things at times. But that's it. Like you hold your dog, you put it in a smart contract. That means that you're not selling it. You're It's we know where it is. We're gonna reward you for doing that, and then we'll give you bones.
And then I guess with the bones overall, I guess what can you do with that?
Yeah, sure. That's a good question. So we've been in the space a long time, right? What you see, what we are aiming to avoid, which a lot of projects do, is like, hey, we have a token with utility, and the utilities come in later. You're like, oh yeah, the utilities come in later. Just make sure you don't dump it. Like plenty of stuff to do. Now, we've been in this space long enough. Even look at projects really big projects in the Solana space. There's a project back in the day called Step Finance. They're still around, but they came out with crazy emissions. And it was so popular that it was great for them, but they didn't have the utility yet for their project. So it was just massive dump. That can happen, of course. But for us, the Bones token is going to be used in a few ways, and we're looking to launch these at the same time as Bones, right? So the first one is that we're building a native marketplace into Soldog City, and so you'll be able to buy, sell, trade your Soldogs using Bones tokens. Our future mints will be done in Bones tokens as well. We'll also accept Solana, right? Because we don't want to want people who might not be comfortable in the token or whatnot. We want them to come in too, but there'll be a discount for using Bones. So we'll have it immediately as value in the ecosystem. So that's for future collections. That's for buy, sell, and trade. Our fees will be lower on our marketplace especially if you use Bones. So that's the first one, is the Soldog City shop, which we're in scope to build out and work in the same timeline. And then the next one is the Doggy DAO. So our DAO that we're launching to govern Soldog City, you require Bones tokens to be a part of that DAO and help craft and decide on what next with them. So holding the tokens gives you the access to our DAO, and those are the two main utilities. And both of those we look to release at the same time, not really fast after the staking goes live.
Nice. No, I like it. With the dog houses, I guess when are those going to be I guess submitted on that one, and do y'all have a price on that?
Yeah,
and is that going to be on the Bones and Soul as well?
Yeah, so we're thinking, it depends on the cadence, right? These are all best laid plans, right? Some things change, but what we're thinking right now is we do it in waves of drops, right? Based on neighborhoods. So we basically do like a 500 piece drop. We have a 4,000 total Genesis collection of dog houses. What we're going to do is actually release the dog houses most likely in waves in neighborhoods, right? So we'll start in certain neighborhood first, and probably somewhere between 400 and 500 houses for that first neighborhood, and then we'll drop a neighborhood maybe every week, every 2 weeks. So the houses will come pretty quick, I think, within the next 4 to 6 weeks, again within the same timeline. So all of these things are these separate work streams, but they're all coming to a head, trying to get us to what we're calling our version 1, our V1, which has neighborhoods, which has staking, which has that marketplace as the sort of key functionality of the metaverse. And that's where we're at. So yeah, the dog houses will be coming sometime within that next 4 to 6 time frame, and we're going to be doing it neighborhood by neighborhood. And an important piece to note here is to be able to even access and buy those dog houses, you're going to need a mint pass or a soul, right? So we're going to prioritize mint pass holders and soul dog holders. So you hold both, and you're front of the line, right? And then if you don't hold a mint pass but you own a soul dog, you'll be coming after in the whitelist. But it's a 4,000 piece collection, maybe 500. We have 3,000 holders already. It's going to be kept in the communities. In order to access that sale and get your hands on the Genesis, you'll need to hold one of our NFTs.
And then I guess with the ranking on that one, like maybe not ranking the exact word, but the having both the dog, and then I guess if there's still somehow any mints left, is it like the mint pass holders get I guess third kind of rank on that, or is it just?
I think what we're thinking is we'd either open it to public or we would do an auction, right?
Okay.
Do an auction on the marketplace. So we do like an auction in Bones tokens for any leftover supply, and then whoever do it for like 24 or something, and then whoever price people are willing to pay for it in the open market there.
Nice. I guess kind of I won't say the last question, but wrapping up on that.
Yeah, okay.
With the, I guess from now being that you're already minted, I mean, have y'all had any other? I guess I say other because I'm sure you mentioned one or two back in the episode 22. But any I guess hiccups y'all had that I guess y'all can kind of give advice, so to say, for projects that are trying to maybe not
trying to do it, yeah,
but trying to make a NFT. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's always hiccups. I can actually say we're pretty happy with the process that actually the outcome of everything we went through the whole process. We sort of expected to have some bigger issues to solve, but in the end, the mint operations went really smoothly. Shout out to our lead dev Hachiko. You know, we went through a lot of test runs mint, so I think some of the advice is prepare for anything, right? So like we went through the mint twice, full on DevNet, right? And by doing so, we really picked up a few things that were messed up or could be messed up, or could have thrown us for a loop. We were able to fix that, and also figured out some for us to play with the contract so that we could potentially avoid botting, which we actually ended up doing quite well. We looked at the holder ratio as well as dogs ratio, right? Like there really doesn't appear to be any, if any, bots that got into our sale, which is pretty fantastic. So that means it was really just an organic launch. So the advice there is just prepare as best you can by doing practice. By practicing, you'll find the thing that may or may not be right or wrong. Beyond that, it's just the other pieces. You need a lot of energy. Those couple days in minting and whatnot. I mean, I have a Fitbit on. My Fitbit was basically like burning. It was like, dude, just take me off. You don't need me. Like this shit. You're not listening to anything I'm talking.
Go to bed. Fuck bed. No.
Like yeah, my sleep was like looking at my sleep cycle. Dude, no. Okay. So you have to have that energy and be prepared for that. I mean, even post mint, there's definitely everyone in the community now. What floor price this, floor price that, when this, when that. You're like, everything's been outlined. I know you might be new, but check things out. You got to be patient. The name of the game here is patience. You don't get rich overnight. Even if with pump tokens, it takes a little bit of time. For us, we're building a really strong foundation. There's going to be a lot of value. So with that, you have to have the energy, the time put in to keep up everything, keep up the momentum.
And where is the best place to, I guess, find that information? Is it just on the Twitter, or do they need to go to the Discord? There's a
few places. I mean, if you go to our Twitter, we got a link tree up there in our URL that has a bunch of links. You can always go to souldogs.city. That's our homepage. Souldogs.city is a great place to start. It has all of our socials. It has all of the links to our docs, as well as the team, rarity, etc. So those are the places to start. And then once you get a taste of what the project is about, you can hop into our Discord. It's discord.gg/souldogs. You could also follow us on Twitter at souldogsNFT. And then hop into either our DMs or hop into to Discord and just say, hey, what's up? We're always happy to chat. There's plenty of stuff upcoming, plenty more to come. So it's not we didn't have no one's missed the opportunity yet. We're not priced out. You're not priced out. It's a great time to get in. And again, the art, if you go on Magic Eden or Solon Art, there's just fantastic looking soul dogs on the floor, somewhere around 0.9 soul right now, that man, you could pick up and just be super happy with. So that's where we're at. I definitely hope people come and check us.
100%. Where I was gonna ask, because I was honestly just on the Magic Eden site. Is it I guess where can people put their soul dogs on? What platforms?
Yeah. We're on Magic Eden. If you go to Magic Eden, search Soul Dogs, find us there. I don't even know what volume we're at, but we've done some really great volume in the past 2-3 days. I think our market cap is sitting over 2 million right now, which is great. Really good start. We're also on Solanart, same thing. I think we're in their trending collections actually right now. But if you go to Solanart and type in, you'll find us there. And we also have a verified collection on C. So we definitely want to. You can go to C and search Soul Dogs, look for the verified collection. Again, there are other people out there trying to things that are Soul Dogs. Aware of that. So hop in our Discord or tweet us if you find something suspicious. We'll look to take it down. But we have a verified collection on SoulSea. We're on Magic Eden, and we're also on. Definitely covering all of our bases. I think we got the market squared up.
Down on that one, I like it. I guess honestly, last question. Anything we haven't really gone through right now that y'all are super hyper stoked on that you can mention right now, or anything that?
Yeah. You know, this is again leaking some alpha, but
Okay.
so during our mint,
Alpha alert.
alpha alert. This is a good one. So during our mint, someone pinged us. So we saw somebody bought a mint pass for 10 Sol, right? The floor on the mint pass at that point was 2. So someone pinged us like, so someone bought the Sol pass for 10, mint pass for 10 Sol. And we were like, okay, let's look into it. So we were like, that's crazy. And so people started looking into it, and they're like, whoa, this wallet, check this wallet out. And I was like, okay. We opened the wallet that bought it, and it has $1.3 billion of Sol. 1.3 billion.
Right? Billy. Okay.
Yeah. So for us, that we take that as I've been in the space long. We take that as an indicator, right? That somebody's watching and showing you, right? They could have bought the mint pass for 2 Sol and nobody would know, but they bought it for 10, so you would find it, right? That's how these things kind of work, right? I'm spilling some back channel alpha that you have to be aware.
I gotta ask the question, bro, for the people that think you might be bullshitting. Is there somewhere?
Oh, I can post it, bro.
Yeah, on that, and I'm not saying you are, because I've been on Soul Scam before, and I've literally been like just clicking shit. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? 50 million, 100 million, literally 500 million.
Yeah, no,
I'm like, bro,
no bullshitting, no bullshitting.
Is going on?
Yeah, no bullshitting. You can go in the logs. You can go on there. There was one mint pass that stands out. It's 10 Sol. It's on our activity on Magic Eden. You can see the buyer. You can tap right in. It's all right there. And so anyway, that's a alpha. I'm not saying that means anything. It could just be, you know, somebody saying, this is fun, you know. But to me, and the team, it was really just an indicator that somebody's watching who knows what's happening in the space and seen the project and is giving us a, thumbs up, say, hey, like this, you know. So with that, I mean, we definitely have the right foundation. We have the right, right art, the right community, the right roadmap. It's a great time to come join Soul Dog City. We're just getting started. This is, day one after all days passed. And there's definitely, a really, really bright future. And I think a lot of value to be had in the project. I'd love for people to come check us out.
Awesome. On that note, then I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Stick around for a quick second. I'm going to go ahead and end it. But thank you for coming on and take some time out of your morning. I guess kind of afternoonish now, but just telling us about Soul Dogs. I appreciate that, bro.
I appreciate it, Gaddis. And do dumb money, bro. I didn't hear from you, but good to see you, man.
Yeah, good to see you, man. Sorry, I'm just on vacation. I had dinner with my family and stuff.
No, of course, man. It's good to just see your face, man. Good to catch up.
Thanks for coming on, dude. Appreciate it. Definitely get on here again in a couple months.
Yeah, we're happy to come back anytime, man. It's always fun, guys.
For sure. Stick around for a quick second. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, once again, this is episode 57 with Soul Dogs NFT. If you're not already, go ahead and hit them a follow. Go take a look at the Discord and show them some love. I think they're saying it's a rough, but in this world, we go caw. Till next time, y'all, stay fresh, stay clean, stay positive. Chat. Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to Community on Soul. And shout out to Positive Vibes, y'all. Till next time, one more time. Caw.